All right, here we go. This is Unit 2, Section 4. We're going to be starting proofs today. So sorry I couldn't be there, so that's why you guys are getting this video. All right, so we have talked about all those different angle relationships. So we had corresponding, alternate interior, same side interior. What are some other ones? Alternate exterior, all that good stuff. All right. And we just identified what those were. And then we said, all right, whenever these lines are parallel, all right, whenever the two lines that look parallel are in fact parallel, there's some things that we can say about them. All right, so if I want to look at a pair of alternate interior angles, remember these are always pairs, I can pick this one and this one. All right, those are alternate interior angles. Well, what do we know about alternate interior angles? We know, I'm going to abbreviate this. I'm going to say alternate interior angles are congruent. All right. So if one of those x's is, I don't know, 140 degrees, the other one is 140. Right. Now, corresponding angles. Let's draw some corresponding angles. I'll call these our corresponding angles. They are in the same kind of spot at those intersections, just on different intersections themselves, right? So they're kind of in the top left intersection of those, parallel lines. All right. So corresponding angles are congruent. All right. So they are the same angle measures. All right. Now, the last one I'm going to mention are vertical angles. So maybe here, we'll do this. I'm going to put a Z right here and a Z right there. All right. So those are those are vertical angles. And once again, these are congruent. All right. So we mentioned some other ones, same side interior, same side exterior, and alternate exterior. What I'm going to do today is I'm only going to use these three kind of theorems. Right now, I'm going to pretend that the other ones don't really exist because we want to try to prove some stuff. And these proofs are very, very easy if we use those other ones. So I'm going to do some proofs without using same side interior, same side exterior, or at least that's kind of the goal here. All right. So when we do prove stuff, we should mark our picture with all the information that we know, right? So they're going to tell us a few things. If you look at this first one, they tell us line A and line B are parallel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this picture. All right, now we already have those arrows, but I'm just going to make it extra obvious. And I'm going to put some arrows on there. That is how we tell the reader, how we remind ourselves that A and B are parallel lines. All right, now step 2, look for clues in the given information. All right, so what can we get with parallel lines? What does that tell us? All right, so that's going to be things like alternate interior, corresponding. Well, we know all of those things are congruent, so we can use that information. Look for any vertical angles. So in this picture, I know angle 1 and angle 7 are vertical angles. So I know that those things are congruent. All right, so just looking at the picture, try to gather some information, right? What do we know must be true? Vertical angles, corresponding angles 1 and 3. Angle 1 and angle 3 are corresponding angles. So I know that those are congruent because we have those parallel lines. All right. Linear pairs, reflexivity, all of those things are still going to apply, right? So angle 1 and angle 8 are a linear pair. What does that mean? That means they are supplementary. All right. We use all of these things that we've talked about to make these proofs, to do these proofs. All right. And every single proof that we do in this class looks like a T-chart. Statement. I think I spelled that right. Statement and reasons. All right. So we need to make our T-chart, and they're always going to have a statement side on the left and a reason side on the right. Now, we can put anything we want in the statement side so long as we back it up with a reason. So the first thing I'm going to put is A is parallel to B, right? Why do I know that? I know that because that is our given information. All right. So step number 1 done. keep in mind what we're trying to do. We are trying to show that angle 1 plus angle 4 is equal to 180 degrees. All right, so we have to go step by step to kind of explain why we know angle 1 and angle 4 is 180 degrees. All right, so these two things. I realize these are same side exterior angles, all right, but I don't want to use that theorem. I'm going to try to do something else. So let's just look at the picture and let's kind of gather what we know. All right, so I'm going to say this. I'm going to say step 2. All right, if I just computer is not cooperating. All right. Step 2. What are some things I notice about this picture? I'm going to say, all right, well, how about this? Angle 1 plus angle 2. All right. Angle 1 plus angle 2, I'm going to say that is equal to 180 degrees. Okay. Why do I know that? I know that because we have to think about what pair, what combination are angle 1 and 2. Well, they are a linear pair. We know all linear pairs equal 180 degrees. All right. So we have these two things together make 180 degrees. So now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say angle 2 is equal to angle 4. All right, so step 3. I'm going to say angle 2 is congruent to angle 4. All right, why do I know that? Why can I say that? Well, we can say that because they are corresponding angles. So I'm going to put I'm going to abbreviate this, corresponding angles. We know when we have parallel lines, corresponding angles are congruent. Right? So now, here's what I can do in step 4. Right? Now, I've already said angle 1 plus angle 2 equals 180 degrees. All right, so that was step 2. But if I just rewrite that, that's not helping anything. But keep in mind, what do we know about angle 2? All right, angle 2, we said in step 3, is equal to angle 4. So what I'm going to do is, instead of saying angle 1 plus angle 2, I'm going to say angle 1 plus angle 4 equals 180 degrees. All right, now why? Why can I do that? Well, I can do that because of step 3. All right, we said they're congruent, so I'm substituting out angle 2 with angle 4. All right, so what we just did is we did a substitution. There we have it. That is our very first proof.